So aloha everyone, this is Soha Kushitama.
And this is Quality Chemist in the Kitchen.
Fourth episode.
1, 2, 3, 4 of mountain biking, martial arts,
and medicine.
medicine.
So yes, let's talk about shallow breathing and what it does to the body.
Okay, let's talk about it.
When I am breathing very shallow,
Mhm.
my body's tissues become acidic.
Right?
I'm in production mode of cortisol.
So what do you mean? Okay, so you're saying when you're shallow breathe. I know you're chilly, so I'm trying to do this for you.
I'm breathing though.
So yeah, just keep breathing. So what you're saying is your tissues become acidic
Yep.
and you get into stress mode. So what happens? What else happens when you're in stress mode?
Well, cortisol is actually known to be an aging
Okay,
hormone.
okay, so we're talking about cortisol.
Again.
Waitress! Waitress! What did he order?
Oh, he had a special.
That's what I ordered! Change my order to the soup! Good move. Oh, no. Not again.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss, my wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you lose me. Then you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own.
Again, because we talked about it last episode, right?
We are, and it wreaks havoc
Okay.
on our brain function and our endocrine system. That's why we keep talking about it.
Okay.
So shallow breathing, cortisol production, my body's in stress mode. I can't think clearly.
Okay.
Everything's closing down.
Okay.
It really becomes a reality of I feel like I'm running from a bear on my bike.
Yeah, and I think I read somewhere that cortisol is actually considered the aging hormone. So, the gray hairs, those of you that may experience that, I don't know anybody's experiencing that, but, the gray hairs, the wrinkles, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And also the foggy memory.
It's
Does,
all
does
connected.
cortisol have anything to do with that?
Well, absolutely. So you remember our professor, she learned this from her yoga instructor. She talked about how the brain controls the body. What controls the brain?
Well, let's see. See, I just saw more snow fall over there in the water. And we're in the kiddie pool. We're like in the snow. Is it water that controls the brain?
I wouldn't say you're entirely incorrect.
I think
What does every healthy cellular function require?
I'm saying I think I should pass with I should pass with the water, right? Okay, it's probably oxygen.
It's oxygen.
It's oxygen.
Okay, so the brain controls the body. You control your breath. The breath controls the brain, which controls the body. This is a brilliant concept.
Okay.
Now, you've heard of adaptogenic foods.
Yes, definitely adaptogenic.
Of course you have, because he writes all these amazing details in this post about adaptogenic foods and herbs. They help us adapt. They help to reduce the effects of cortisol. However, do you know what the number one adaptogen is?
The number one adaptogen, I mean, you've been talking about it, it must be oxygen.
High five. Man, you're good. It's the number one currency I consider next to life itself. It's breath, it's oxygen.
What happened to the oxygen?
Okay.
Our bodies are adaptable,
Okay.
which is a gift or a curse. So that means whatever we do all the time, most of the time,
Okay.
we get really good at it. So if I'm really good at shallow breathing, being tense most of the day,
Like sitting in traffic, what else? Riding uphill and you're not on an electric bike because it's not pedaling for you. Anything that causes stress.
the news.
The news. Oh, we should probably fast from the news. We should all fast from the news for like 30 days. We should try that.
So
Can you live without the news? Can you live without the day-to-day chatter about things happening? About the stuff that comes down from television and newspaper headlines? 2 years ago, I started an experiment. I cut myself off completely from the news. I'm happy to report I now have more time, I think deeper, I have more insights. Cutting out the news was one of the best decisions of my life, and I will never go back. See, news is to the brain what sugar is to the body. You can swallow limitless quantities of news flashes, tidbits like jelly beans, but these jelly beans don't nourish you. They don't give you understanding. As a matter of fact, they're quite toxic to your brain. My website lists 15 reasons why you should give up the news. Let me give you just 4. Number 1, the brain interprets the sensational as being much more frequent than it actually occurs. And it disregards the silent risks that are not fit for the headlines. The result, you constantly walk around with the wrong risk map in your head. Number 2, news are mostly irrelevant. Number 3, news is toxic to your health. News is toxic to your health. Now people push me and they say, but you have to know if there's a catastrophe somewhere on the planet. Really? Do I? There's probably bad things happening on other planets, and I'm quite okay not knowing about them. I'm not callous. I'm just rational. News stories constantly triggers the limbic system. Panicky stories release glucocorticoids, stress hormones that put your body in a state of chronic tension and alert. The result, your body stops growing, doesn't repair itself, and becomes susceptible to infection. You will be physically healthier if you stay away from the perpetual drama of the news. Number 4, news wastes time. If you consume news for 15 minutes each morning and 15 minutes in the afternoon and watch news on television for 30 minutes before bed, you waste productive hours, totaling a workday a week. If news gave you a competitive advantage, journalists would be the richest people on the planet. They are not. Quite to the contrary.
Seriously, you know what I'm saying?
We challenge you to join us in that.
Yeah.
Basically, these experiences, if we perceive them or if they actually are feeling stressful because our body is building lactic acids and we're not breathing, we're in high production mode for cortisol. So by just slowing down whatever we're doing, and I recommend taking a class, I recommend putting time aside, just like we're talking about putting time aside in the morning, at night, doing meditation.
Yeah, maybe like taking a local class or something. Find something local, something that's accessible for you that you can actually do on a regular basis so that you can learn how to do this and practice it. Because as Soha said, as Miss Fushitama said, anything that you practice, you get good at. So if you practice daily or maybe 2 or 3 times a week, practice breathing and learning how to breathe, you're going to get good at it. If you practice not breathing, you just keep doing what you're doing, then you'll suddenly become better and better and better at not breathing. And then, you know, the cortisol, the aging, the gray hair, all that kind of stuff. Nobody wants that.
Dude, where's my car? They can't remember a thing.
Right?
I want to become a superhero deep breather. That's my goal.
Let's do it.
And if I look down the mountain, my posture, everything's open.
Yeah.
I will utilize the number 1 top adaptogen, which is breath.
You are definitely a deep breather. Like with sitting up here in the tank top, it's snow. It's cold out here.
As we breathe.
We need to get down this mountain. Let's get you down this mountain.
Please share
Yeah.
any of your experiences, classes, meditations, what you have used in your experience for breathing deeply, because we want to bring more discussion. If you want a future episode where I lead a meditation and talk about some of my techniques for deep breathing, just let us know.
Yeah, and if you all like these posts, we're going to keep doing these episodes because it seems like they're getting more and more popular. But again, if you have any suggestions on topics and things that you'd like us to cover, or again, if you just like them, just give a thumbs up. Go to her YouTube channel, Soha Kushitama. Subscribe, and we'll see you all on the mountain.